it's called by the connoisseurs, the collectors, the most beautiful chronograph movement in the world. Beautiful platinum case, 41.5 millimeters, 14.6 millimeters thick, and 729 parts inside. The building of the Datagraph Perpetual Tourbillon. So here we have the decoration department. This is the department where all the watch parts in the movement are decorated by hand. Some parts may take for hours. And they also decorate the parts you will never see, the ones who are hidden under the dial. My dear colleague over here, she's making the decoration of this part. This is the tourbillon cage bridge, the upper cage bridge. And you see all these sharpened angles. There are many of them. You only can do them by hand. There's no machine which can decorate these pieces. And she's doing it under a microscope. Here is the engraving department. In every movement of a Lange & Söhne, there is one specific part which is entirely hand engraved. Actually, it makes each Lange & Söhne watch to a unique piece, because every engraver has different writing. Of course, the motifs are more or less the same, but in detail it's different. And if we have visitors over here who own a Lange & Söhne watch, they can give it to one of my colleagues and they can recognize who made that specific part. There is this bridge where my dear colleague over here is about to engrave. You see it here on the screen. It takes more hours to do that little hand engraving. This is the department where they do the regulating of our watches. So these are the specialists for the timekeeping. They are really the watchmaker who is assembling what I explained to you, assembling and cutting things. This is a completely different level. This is with the balance wheel and the hairspring. We are one of the few companies who are fabricating our hairsprings and our balance wheels ourselves. It took us years to get that knowledge. But we think it's very important that a brand like Lange & Söhne has that in-house.
Yeah.
Here we are in the department of the complications. And he is assembling the whole combination of the datagraph, the chronograph movement with all its leverage, and now he's about to integrate that little tourbillon cage, that very fine regulating organ which is turning once a minute around its own axis, that little cage. These are the parts of the Perpetual calendar, under the dial, so nobody sees them except the watchmaker. But you will probably recognize that they have the same amount of decoration of the other side. And that's our philosophy. That's a thing where we're never gonna save money on.